Alright, race fans, man, we're here tonight. We got the Worldwide Technology Center here, Gateway. Gateway, you know, every time I think about Gateway, I think about short track, but it's not a short track. It's actually a 1.25 mile track, so it's, hey, not quite intermediate, not short. Go. Look who's on pole, Corn Hub himself. Do the corn out there. He's back in his normal machine here tonight. Jeremy Moyer here. He's sitting out second. Oh, Rob Sherwood, he's going to hang it up in third. Khalib Smith there in fourth. Joshua Altice, he's up there in fifth. David Trailer starting sixth. Daniel Sykes in seventh. Bryant Newenham, he's going to start in eighth. Kevin Becker there in ninth. Chris Smith 10th. Got Tim Kraus 11th and Curtis goal, which those two look like they didn't grid. Or what's up? Kenny not here tonight. What happened to Kenny? Guess to kill Kenny for tonight. I mean, I know Gateway's a tough track. It's a track where a lot of people like it. Some like it, some don't. I'm gonna say a lot more probably don't. Because it is a tough track. Okay, here we go. Pace cars in. Out to go, green flag. Let me hear who your favorite driver is.
Green, green, green.
Who you got out there? Who you pulling for? Nathan gets to jump out front. Tires will become a factor here. Definitely going to have to manage them. Very, very careful. Let me hear who your favorite driver. Who you pulling for? Get the likes and shares out there too. Another loot, definitely. As always, I definitely want to appreciate everybody's tuning in. Browns up on the top. Uh-oh, the leader in trouble already. Wow, a little bit of higher view here. You can either take it up top, but the leader already in trouble. Not what he wants to see right off the bat. Bam! This track's going to jump out here and bite him. Moyer jump up in the second right now. Love it. Good run so far here. So Jeremy out front. Cleve starting in second. Sherwood Brown fell all the way back. Go back and see exactly what happened to him here on the start. Speed it up just a little bit for you because got to go all the way around to the start here. Got the threshold going back pretty far so I don't miss any wrecks or anything. We'll speed it up. Rob. What happened to our list? What we're doing, watching on replay, see what happened to our leader. Kind of got it sped up a little bit for you. So we don't want to watch the whole pace lap again. Watched that before. Here we go. Green flag. He takes off. Gets a good jump out in the field. No caution on this one. We'll see what happens. He goes in turn one. Probably just overdrives the turn. Easy to do here. Oh, yeah. Overdrove the turn just a little bit right there. Had to go up the track. Had to chase the car. Heading off into turn 3 and 4. First lap, and it just comes up, man. Just pushes on him. He had to get out of it. Yep, right there. Almost lost it. Easy to do. Battle for the lead. Here we go. Smith, Moyer. Smith says, I want it. I'm taking from him going inside. The thing about these cars is you do got a lot of power. Now, one thing I'm interested in is do they shift in these cars? Because they are shifting into trucks. Yep, there he goes. Well, I say they're shifting. They might not have to shift in these cars. The reason I say that, because you can go to 9,000 RPM, almost 10, yeah. I don't think you have to shift in these. You definitely are hitting the brakes a lot, letting off. See, the RPMs are not falling past, what, 6,000, so you're good. I think you don't shift in it. You've got a lot of power. You've got a lot of muscle. You're not dropping down to 4,000 RPMs like you are like in the truck and anything else. These are the Gen 4 style cars, so you've definitely got a lot of oomph underneath the hood. Trailer hanging on, and we go back here to Becker. Everybody's kind of single files, mind their own business. The problem is going to be is as later on we go, things are going to the tires start wearing out. I mean, whoever can save tires on Newingham, 2 Mobile One machines out here, Smith and Newingham. Fortunately, those 2 guys are out. So let's see here. Well, looks like, man, Smith didn't hold on to the lead too long. Back on the replay, see what happened. Smith went around him right here. Yes. Smith got him. Old Jeremy said, let you have it for a lap or 2. He might not even let him get around. No, he didn't. Yeah. Alright, sorry about that, folks. Had to step away for a second. Alright, still Jeremy out front. Smith hanging on to second. Sherwood, he's back here in third. Now, Brownney, in the last couple of weeks, they've had some exciting endings. I don't know. We don't have Kenny out here. So Kenny and Brown, they can't get out here and start fighting with each other. Brown's going to be all alone. Nobody wants to watch his corn hub. Gonna sit out here and drive around and poke. Pop some corn. Getting hot in his car. Biddy. Yeah. Trailer back there, I always call, he's got the banana mobile. He put some sponsors on that thing, trailer. Looks pretty. Pretty yellow. Man, gotta throw back to Kevin Harbert days. Becker. Dykes. Got the mean shell machine on there. Smith and Newingham, they both got Mobile One machines. Take it up front here to the Rainbow Man. He's been ran down by Smith. Smith's trying. Right on board here with Smith again. Again, you know, the biggest thing as we see, they don't shift in these cars because these cars, yeah, you see the RPM just does not drop as low. You've got a lot of power to muscle them off. Got a lot harder cars to drive. And I don't see Corey out here. So I knew Corey was going to chicken out on me. Wow. It's Corey for you. Oh, it's all kinds of stuff and then just don't show up. Steve Smith, Sherwood, Moyer. Still a side-by-side race. Smith might, oh, that might be what he need. Well, I was going to say that probably been the opening he need, but then he did the same thing. He followed old Jeremy, but it still might be enough momentum for him to get there. Let's see if he's going to make it. Battle for the lead. His laps will wind down pretty quick. But that's also going to bring in, yeah, Jeremy had to go way up the track. That car got awful slick on him. You get that tight, loose feeling going in. You saw it. You get awful loose going in, and then about the middle of the turn, I think it get awful tight, and then it snaps loose again coming off. This is not what you want to feel here at this track. I mean, especially with this car, though. This car's got a lot of power. It's a Gen 4. I do need to get confirmation. Did they change this car back some? Nobody has said anything. I think they left it like it was. A lot of people were praising iRacing for doing what they did. Even though these cars are not Gen 4 cars. They're before the Gen 4s. My understanding, the Gen 4, these cars are more like what the ARCA car, old ARCA car was. Early 2000, before the car of tomorrow. This one should have been before the car of tomorrow. And then the Gen 4 was more the Monte Carlo and Fusion days. This here was more of the well, they're all out here Monte Carlos, but this was more, to me, my understanding, the Impala, that's right. This was more for that, yeah, that earlier 2000s. Because to me the Gen 4 was, if I'm thinking it right, look it up, make sure I'm giving y'all the right information. Okay. All right. Get you into information. So the Gen 4 car, it was used from 92 to 07. Okay, so I knew it was early 2000s. But I don't think it was this one here, the Impala SS. Read up on for you. There was a lot of changes to bumpers and stuff throughout the years. I guess you could say that these cars were maybe in that era of the Gen 4. But the horsepower, they changed them. Because they eventually, these cars ended up being the ARCA car, you know, in a nutshell. They did end up in the ARCA car. And with them being the ARCA car, I think then they got lowered down on iRacing to a lot less horsepower and a lot less yeah, see, they're actually okay. iRacing is actually putting the Gen 4 as these, and up into the Mustang and Camaro. So just kind of give you an idea. It is kind of confusing, all the cars and all of what it is and is. But ultimately speaking, These cars used to also be what they call ARCA cars too. In iRacing, that is. I don't know about the life, a lot different. See, right now we got a battle up front here. Smith's going on pit road. Leader's on pit road already. Nathan Brown's going to take over the lead. But nonetheless, they changed it back to what the old Gen 4 was, where it had a lot of power, less downforce. Made the car where you had to drive it. Very difficult. Not like the next gen car where that thing is stuck to the ground and whatnot. But it does get confusing between the Gen 4, the car tomorrow. I mean, there was so many different variations of NASCAR cars throughout the, from, I'm going to say right there around middle 2000 on. And now we've had so many renditions of these cars. Kind of crazy. Look, everybody's coming on pit road. Complete pit stops here at 23 and 4. That means they're going to have to make one more stop. Make it on 25. Why not? But I mean, if you have any insight on it out there, let me know. Yeah. Like the leader's going to come back out and going to be old Khalib Smith. He said I've been saying his name wrong. I need to find out how he said it. Let's find him again here. Mr. Vroom Vroom. I don't know who Vroom Vroom is. Well, we'll just call him Smith. How's that? We'll just break it down. Just say, yeah. How's that? Well, I was in their Discord. I guess not. Yeah. Well, they're probably thinking, man, where's Joe at? Joe's up here, man, talking. Well, Smith, the man out front, we'll get to ask him again. Caleb. It might be Caleb. Caleb Smith. We'll go with Caleb. Hey, if anybody's out there listening, let me know if that's right. Caleb Smith. I've been saying Khalib, but Caleb. Altice right here, looking strong. He's in third. Moving it up past Brown. Nobody's got in the back of Brown yet. Moyer, who's out front. It's a good race so far. Everybody's just being patient. Very patient. Brown, Moyer. Trailer. Back in the back here. Running 6. Becker. Smith. Newham and Sykes to both lap down right now. This man Smith out front. Caleb. Running strong. A good lead too. He's got a 1.5 second. It's close to about 1.3 3/4 of a second, 1.75. Wow. Sherwood, Altice, Moyer and Brown, now they're going to battle. Like he got around Brown, though. I mean, this place here almost keeps you honest. Kind of. I'll have to find out and see right now. Good run, everyone. Caleb out front. Got that good looking machine out there, the DeWalt machine. Sherwood's right behind him. Altice, Moyer, Brown. Top 5. David Traylor, Becker, Smith. We're all getting it done right here. Kind of being paid. Just drive the track. Right now, that's what Caleb's doing. Smith there, driving the track. He's got a good enough lead. He could save some tire. Doesn't have to come out here worry about tearing it up. Come in here, be real patient. Look at that. Just move into the turn. Give it just a little break. Back on the throttle. Easy, wide open right here down the stretch. And let off of it. That will brake a little bit. Turn. Oh, he looks smooth through the turn right there. And you're going to get a little bit of wheel input, but that's about as smooth as you're going to get right there. You can just see this car's very shaky. Got a lot of power, a lot of downforce, but right there it's pretty solid smooth. Let's ride with old Sherwood here. And in second. See what he's seeing. Running lap times right there with Smith. He got in a little bit too low right there. Almost clipped that apron. Don't want to do it. Yeah, put a little bit too much wheel input to it. Had to chase the car there. Gonna hurt him. Oh, the car just wanted to step out a little bit too far. See what he does in this turn. Yeah, he wants to put those tires right there. Let it kind of glide. He's letting it glide just a little bit too much. Like he's putting a little more wheel input into it. Let's go what Altice is doing here. Going into the turn. Move so far. Start seeing the car rotate like that. That's when you want to kind of try to straighten it out. Yeah, a little wiggly there coming off the turn. But you can see these cars are already, they try to, once you start turning, they just want to keep going. You've got to come to that, right there you got a bad push. Bad push, he had to put wheel input into it, and then he has to fight with it. That was a bad push loose. That allowed old Joshua back here, Moyer, gain. What he's doing. Bad. He's running about the same lap. No Cleve, but yeah, you can see through these cars right now. Yeah, they're wanting to step out. They're actually, once you start turning to that left, they want to keep going to the left. Let them keep going too far, rear end comes right out from under you. So far, so good. Lap 38. Pass halfway home here tonight. Brownney Racing League. Check them out on BrownneyRacing.net. Group of guys out here for a league, man. Come down here and join them. Where Corey's at. Got scared. Sheridan left. Came out 1 week and left the next. So far, it is all Smith. Sherwood right behind him. And it's been clean right now. So, hey, so far, clean and green. All right, Smith, Sherwood, Altice, Boyer, Brown. Altice is right there with it. Boyer, Brown. Boyer right now might be able to close in a bit. No, he's falling off the pace a little. He's right there. Slowly but surely keeps digging. He's got a little bit of, well, I say a little bit better speed. He ran a 75 to a 70. Everybody's running 34s. I mean, your top 4 or 5 are within. Our leader ran a 73, 34.73, 34.45 for Sherwood. But look at that, 34.79, 34.75, 35.09. I mean, this is like, wow. Your top 4, all 34s, within a tenth of each other running. So, nobody's going to hardly make up any time. Except for Sherwood here, who actually is making up time. Except for that time, he was dead even with the leader. Or he was about a couple tenths faster. You can see it right there on the track. He's able to get up to him. That last time, they both ran 34.68s. Probably some thousandths there separating them, which I don't see thousandths on my screen. You can see, man, Sherwood right now driving in a little bit better than what Smith. Smith could be, saving a little tire. They're saving some. Nothing wrong with that. Getting over 24 to go. We know they went, 24 laps last time. We're getting close to that stop, and looks like Smith might be coming on pit road and is going to bring Sherwood with him. Yep. Let's watch and see. Oh, and they had to get out of the way for, I don't know what in the world the 17's doing. Newingham. Whew. That was close. You don't have to slow down a lot on that service road. I guess you got to slow down enough so you don't wreck, but Newingham was out there just He was getting him some ice cream, I reckon. Okay, so top 3, 4 all on pit road. 4 tires of fuel is going to be the stop. William says, no, I'm just getting some fuel. Yep, 4 tires fuel, all of them. And look at this, Sherwood with the pit stop move, 15:10 to 15:28. Oh boy, Smith's crew going to get a talking to. Brown's coming around. I got a feeling Brown's going to be coming on pit road because the more you stay out at this point, yeah, he's coming up pit road. You know, there's no use to stay out any longer. A little corn hub out there showing off her legs. Got the sexy legs going on. But the pit stop of the night's got to be Sherwood because that's going to give him the advantage over Smith. Now, Newingham out there only got fuel. Maybe 2 tires, but yeah, not what you want. So, Sherwood, Smith. Good run. Smith right behind him. Boyer, who came in with them too. Just see the green flag stops, how much it splits them up. There's only like, what, 9/10 between those two, almost a second. I remember Sherwood at the end of that run, he was running Smith down. And with only 20 laps to go, I think Caleb Smith here has to try everything he can. And I think that pit stop might cost him the race. I really do. I think that right there, that pit stop, cost him huge. Moyer, Altice, Trailer, and Becker. Brown, Smith, Sykes, Newingham. This man with the awesome pit stop. Even, Smith's, another thing I always look at is the total time on, off pit road, in and out of pit box. Smith's time was a 46.67 to 45.37 of Sherwood, so he beat the bricks off of him coming into pit road and off. Awesome run for him, so that's why he got out front. Sherwood's the man right now. Old Smith's hanging on, trying to hang on anyways. Boyer back there trying to hold on to third. And you know what? I won't jinx it. Could this be the first caution-free race of the season? And we still got 18 laps to go. So anything can happen. Not quite sure the pit strategy here on Newingham. Fuel, maybe he's figuring I'm already a lap down. Those tires have got to be screaming. I know the guys in the league here. Hey, fellas out there, hit the likes and the shares. Get this thing out there on your social media for the group here. I know the league appreciate it. Cost anything to do it, but I promise. Sykes back here in the 66 machine. Brown is falling back to 7th. He put it out front on pole. Unfortunately, he's falling back about 6 positions. Becker there in 6th. Trailer. Again, Altice hanging on the 4th. Moore there in 3rd. Smith. Caleb. was just losing ground. And I think Sherwood understands the further I get away, even if I start using my tires up, the further I get away, he's just going to run out of time trying to run me down. Unless I make a lot of mistakes. If he makes a lot of mistakes, it might be different. I mean, 1.2 seconds can be made up in a matter of a couple of laps. A couple mistakes in the turn, but right now Sherwood looks strong. He's rotating through the turns really well, not spinning the tires coming out. You see Smith back there is probably the one really working this thing. Let's ride with him here. Heads off in the turn. Diamonds it off in the turn. Good job. A middle, letting it drive all the way down to the bottom. Then at this point you just start letting it coast up the track. Don't want to force it. Yeah, he's fighting the wheel just a little bit. It means it's getting just a tad bit loose. Let's watch Sherwood in this turn. Same thing. Diamonds is off. Goes right there in the middle. Going to let it come all the way back down to the track, kind of middle. Or let it come off the track. Yeah, so he's not fighting the wheel at all. Did you see that? I mean, that thing is smooth, stuck, glued like on a rail. Let's watch him here through 1 and 2. Didn't diamond it off into that one as he had to fight it just a little bit there. Lets it goes to the middle. Lets it come off straight off the, yeah. He's getting a lot better than what Caleb is. So 1 and 2 right here. Again, diamond it off. Miss. Fight with the wheel. Went a little tight right there. Put a little more wheel input into it. Yeah, he's having a harder time. You can see it. Even though his lap times are about the same, he is muscling that car around a lot more than what Sherwood is. See what Jeremy is. Jeremy looks pretty smooth. There he goes, right in the middle. Let's rotate and let it drift off the turn. Oh, a little bit wiggly right there. Not bad. Okay. He looked pretty smooth too. And actually his lap times, 34:13. So he's running what the leaders are running. All three of these guys just not going to make up any ground because they're all just running about what each other's running. Joshua Altice right there, 34:45. He's off the pace a little bit. You can see him fighting that car. Just coming out of the turn. A big difference in driving styles to the top four. Winding down here to final laps. Ooh, 10 to go. Sherwood looking very smooth out there. That's all he's got to do. Because he's walking away. That 1.2 second lead has grown to 1.5. And he ran his last time, he ran a 34.05 to a 34.29. So he picked up about 2/10. And Moyer, who was back in third, ran a 34.43. So he's falling off. He's 4/10 back. Solid. Maybe about 3.5. Don't think he's, but the problem is he doesn't have to worry about this guy. Joshua Altice is already, what, 7 seconds back. 11 seconds to the leader. 1.8. Yeah, Sherwood's just growing the gap. That pit stop, that's what did it in. Smith might have had it. Not quite sure. But at least he would have been out front if the pit stop time wasn't there. And, you know, I talk about it. So make or break it. Pit road a lot of times will make or break you in oval racing. It can do it in road racing too. But in oval racing, it is crucial. You to get in and off pit road, in and off your pit box, and then you got to slap your pit crew around a couple sometimes and tell them, look, y'all need to work hard. Get the tires and fuel in there. Mental mistakes can sometimes mess it up. Getting in and off there, you know, getting in your pit box right. Make sure you don't speed. Don't slow down. Got to maintain that right amount of, you know, speed versus slowness. Getting into your pit box right. Don't overshoot it. Did happen a lot of times. Not quite sure what happened to Smith on there. Just probably just a little bit. Well, I do know what happened on part of it. He ran up on the back of Newingham and had to get on the binders real quick, which allowed Sherwood to move up there. Sherwood didn't have to get on the binders as heavy as Smith did, and Smith had to make it a little bit to go around Newingham. at the time, so that hurt him a little bit coming in pit road. So that was part of it right there. I think it wouldn't have been that, because remember, he had a lead on Sherwood coming in, that if they both would have came in equally, I think Smith would have probably got off pit road first. It would have been close, but I think he still would have got off pit road first if they would have come in equally. So I think the deal right there where he had it to get on the binders and I allowed Sherwood to get right up on him coming in pit road, kind of killed any little advantage he had. And we're seeing it right now. Jeremy, strong, third place, but Smith, yeah, hanging on. So we got 5 to go here. Brownney Racing League here tonight. I'm impressed. And caution free, which, cross your hands, we still ain't done yet. We could have a green-white checkers, you never know. But flag to flag so far here on a tough track with a tough car. It's a, Worldwide Technology Gateway Center here, Raceway Park. This place is not an easy place to get around. Although with this car, since you don't have to shift, you don't take that risk of yanking it down a gear and then spinning the tires, or popping it back in gear in the wrong time and then the RPMs flash back up on you and you spin the tires. So you're taking that aspect out with these cars. And that's another, mental thing that you don't have to worry about. Another thing you don't have to, concern yourself with when I have to hit that shift, that I don't spin my tires when they get older, because it's easy to do. Here, it's pretty much on, off throttle on the brake, knowing when to get back on that throttle, when to get back, on the brake, rotate the turn, make sure you hit the turn right. And we was riding along here with Sherwood. You can still see he's not really fighting that wheel, letting it go all the way down to the apron, and right here he's just letting it drift up the track. I mean, that's about as smooth as you're going to get. Come out of 3 and 4 there. See what he does in 1 and 2. He's going to kind of diamond it into the turn a little bit. And it pushed right there. He had to give it a little more wheel input than he wanted. Still, he came off. Now you saw it broke loose. That's kind of what happens when you put too much wheel input in it. It gets tight. Try to correct it. Yeah. Right here is not too bad. He looks pretty good. Right there, middle part of the turn, down there, put the tires, going to let it just coast up the track. Yeah, that looks good. It looks good 3 and 4. Let's see it one more time. White flag. One more time. We'll ride along here with him. Final lap. At least do 1 and 2. Looks like he's tight in 1 and 2. Very bad. 3 and 4, he looks good. Fighting it out of there. But coming out of these final turns, he's got a huge lead. 2.5 seconds over Smith, who's just falling off. Rob Sherwood. One more turn. He's going to put it in victory lane here tonight. Gateway style. There you go. Brownney Racing League. Rob and Caleb Smith's Caleb Smith going to bring it home in second. Jeremy going to run her up here in third. Not a bad night for these guys at all. And you know what? We went flag to flag, green flag. I know Brown's going to be happy about that one. He's probably going to be jumping up and down. Woo! I hope he's jumping up and down anyways, because that's actually really, really good. My hat's off to a lot of these guys. All right, let's see what we can come up with. Some of these guys. I need Smith and Sherwood. Let's bring up more. Jeremy, Joy, and Boots, got a copy?
I got you, Joe.
Man, I tell you what, is able to hold on to third. One thing I noticed about these cars, as opposed to maybe like the trucks, Xfinity, and any other ones, is one didn't look like you had to shift on this track.
I was actually shifting in 1 and 2. That's what I've been practicing, but I quickly found out that might not be the way to go.
Well, and that's what I was looking at. We rode around. Obviously the trucks, a lot of times they drop all the way almost down to what, 4,500, 4,000 RPMs, which you had to shift. Here it looks like you just got a lot more power in these cars to be able to do it. But how was tire wear at this place?
There's a lot of fall off. The car didn't get much more difficult to drive, but it did fall off. Just had to keep backing up going into one and not diving in there too much and going up into the wall. And I was terrible in 3 and 4 all day. That turn is just slick. I can't get the power down at all.
You still came home in third. Good run, flag to flag here tonight. Tough track, tough car. You got anybody you want to thank?
Thank you for broadcasting. I want to thank Nate for running this league. BrownneyRacing.com if you want to join. If you're watching on YouTube, we're taking anybody right now. We're pretty small, so come out and race with us. And yeah, congrats to Robert there.
Oh, no doubt about it, man. Again, congratulations on that third place there, Jeremy. And it's also your last name. Am I saying it right? Moyer?
It's just more.
More. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Jeremy got more. So I'll tell you what, man. It was a good run for you here tonight. Again, congratulations.
I appreciate it. See you next week.
All right. There we go. That's old Jeremy looking really good. Well, this guy here, old Rob, he did it. Rob, join the booth. Got a copy?
I got a copy.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. You know, I got to give the hats off. You were fast tonight. You were gaining on the leader early, but that pit stop there, I think is what kind of sealed the deal for you there at the end, getting you out front.
Yeah, we did a good job getting on and off pit road there. Crew did a good job, and then fortunately, I think Caleb spun his tires in the box there, so we were able to get out ahead of them there. And once it was there, it was clean air and full set sail.
Yeah, and I was riding along with you, and it's like I mentioned it before, a lot of times with the truck and the Xfinity, you had to shift. Looks like a lot of this track on this car particularly, you didn't have to do that.
No, I kind of toyed with it, and especially in turns 1 and 2 during practice, but I felt like I lost too much time there, and that was when I was able to get the car slowed down. Other times I just kept losing the back end of it, so I just decided, all right, we're going to stick and forth. We'll try to back up the corners, and honestly, I think it kind of helped save those right sides a little bit doing that.
Yeah, well, like you said, the biggest difference between this car and the other ones has got a lot of power and less downforce, and you really have to drive it. But this tough track, tough car. How was your tires, man, through this thing? I mean, was it, you looked smooth. We rode along with you there a couple times, and like 3 and 4 might have been the issue for you, but 1 and 2, you look really smooth.
Yeah, 1 and 2 felt really good. 3 and 4, I never really could nail. I felt like if I got a higher arc, the better drive off I could get. The problem is you don't want to overdrive into the corner, so it was kind of finding that balance. But honestly, it's, I learned it when I first started racing, is keep that eggshell underneath the pedal, and especially in this car, you've really got to be careful with it, because as the run goes on, the tires come out from underneath you, and you really just have to be aware of it, because there's a very fine line, and if you overstep it, you're going to have the back end go around on you.
Well, yeah, was able to hang on, put it out there, put it in victory lane. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I just want to thank Nate for inviting me to this league. I've had a blast with this. Shout out to Caleb for running me for the lead there. That was a lot of fun. Thanks to my teammate, the 94, Josh Altus. Always have a blast racing with him. And shout out Jacob Grant. I'm glad he was at the beach. That way the excuse is he didn't lose to me this week.
There you go. Yeah. I guess it's always a good thing. Come go on vacation. So
yeah, exactly.
Hey, man, again, congratulations on an awesome run and win.
I appreciate it, Joe. Thank you.
There you go. It's old Robert, man, bringing home Sherwood tonight. Well, good one. I was waiting to see. Okay, here we go. I'll take this as Caleb, right?
Correct.
All right. Well, came home in second, man. I got to say, though, I think the pit stop is what was the Achilles heel for you tonight.
Yeah, first off, congrats to Rob. Drove a hell of a race. I mean, just he deserves it. Good friend, so there's that. But yeah, I knew that I had to execute the pit stop. The pit entry was good, but I got in and I ride second all the way down the pit lane, 45. When I get into my stall, I put it in first so I can rev it, getting the launch off. And I forgot to put it back in second, so I just spun all the way to the end, and he managed to jump me. But I knew once he got in front of me, it was over, because towards the end of the long run, 20 laps in, he was within 3-4 tenths. He even passed me on the first one, so I knew if he was already in front, he was going to stay there. So mistake on my end, but we'll learn from it.
Well, I got to also ask there, you're talking about on that pit stop, even though you say he spun the tires, do you think maybe running up on the back end there of Newingham and having to maybe check up a little bit might have hurt too? You know, when you're just coming in on pit road?
The lap car that came
Yeah,
back?
yeah, the lap car, yeah.
Oh,
You had to make an evasive move there.
well, I wasn't stopping.
Oh, well, yeah, I know you wouldn't stop, but I mean, it could have slowed.
Yeah.
Do you think it maybe slowed down your momentum, how you come into pit road?
No, I mean, I felt like I was faster that time than I was the first time because I didn't practice my pit entry, and like at the beginning of the week I didn't even know where the pit lane was. Like I thought you just come off 4 and went in, so I just kind of took it easy the first time, and the second time I was full send because, like I said, I knew if Rob got back up front, it was over. So.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, man, you still had a fast car, came out here, tough track, tough car here. You got anybody you want to thank for a good finish?
I would like to thank you for broadcasting. My name is Caleb, so thank you. Yeah.
Finally got it right about halfway through the race, there, so we go.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you for broadcasting. I forgot to say it last week, but yeah, thank you for that. I would also like to thank my team. It was only my dad racing with me this week, Chris.
Okay, cool.
So,
Which one was he?
So, he's the 55 car, Chris Smith.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, yeah, it's cool to run with everyone. It's nice. So, it's fun. I enjoy it. So.
And I'll tell you what, like I say, fast week in and week out. It's going to bring some more victories here. Again, congratulations on that run tonight.
Thank you.
There we go. That's old Caleb Smith right there doing good. Well, what a run was here. Flag to flag, caution free on a very difficult track. I mean, it's sometimes difficult, sometimes tracks like this can be surprising. They can be a lot of wrecks, a lot of things happen. Or it comes out here and it humbles you a little bit and you're like, yeah, maybe I better slow down and respect what this place can give and take. Nonetheless, man, out there winning tonight, Sherwood. For myself and everybody here at the Brownney Racing League, have a good night.